All right, we're going to go ahead and spectate this amazing Magneto gameplay today as we continue to do this every single day, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today, we're going to be spectating Tawny as this is their first ever hero shooter on PC. They just got to Diamond and would love to some tips and tricks on how to get a little bit more aggressive in regards to taking space and how to tank better in general. As you guys know, I love Magneto. Magneto is one of my favorite tanks to play in regards to the rank gameplay, so it's going to be fun to watch and spectate another Magneto. Maybe I can learn a thing or two just from watching this gameplay. We're gonna go ahead and start this. Chat, I do like this angle for Magneto. Magneto's all about retaining space. What is up with this? All right, there we go. It's kind of laggy here. There we go. All right, we've solidified. They are pushing in pretty hard, and it looks like you are the only tank. So you want to retain space here, but you also want to move back because you have now a Strange who's pushing on you. All right, you got turret there. You use your left shift and kind of tell your team here to destroy the turret with you. Don't do it on your own. Move back. Move back. Good job. They are gonna protect the Punisher pretty hard here. Yep. They're gonna do this strategy is actually so annoying to play against. But 2 shields with a Punisher and he's getting completely pocketed here. So I understand the frustration, and you got a Squirrel Girl who is going to just spam you out. As Magneto, you really don't have any vertical mobility, and it's going to be very annoying to play against. It is possible to retain your space, but it is going to be very, very hard. All right, so what you're gonna have to do is play corners. You can't play up in your space when you have 2 shield tanks and you're the only tank. You're gonna get focused on very easily, and they're just gonna push on you, as you saw there. They're gonna put down their Z, they're gonna put down the turret, they're gonna push you on with both Strange and Magneto. So you gotta find creative ways to play around that pressure, especially being the only tank. I'm not saying that it's impossible to do it, it's just gonna be very hard, and you have to play a little smarter. As Magneto, again, it's gonna be hard for you to push in when you got a turret like this. You're doing a good job taking him out of turret mode. Your team needs to pull back, though. Good ult here to sustain your team. You gotta protect your supports. You gotta pull back. You gotta pull back. That's a good ult by your Mantis, but your Mantis needs to get out of there. What are you doing here? Did you get stuck? I think you got stuck there. Good pick, though. That was a great pick. All right. I like that you stay on. You're staying on card. I like that. I want to see where your supports are, because here's the important thing. You can be on cart here, but you don't want to push to the right. Right? You don't want to push this way. The reason why you don't want to push this way is that they can push you into here, or you're just out in the open where the entire team can see you, versus being over here and taking less line of sight, so that you can still contest this point, because that point has a big box. If you guys don't know, there's a big square box you can see on the ground. You can't see it currently, but you can contest that point by being here in this corner and still taking less damage, because now they have to push into the left, and you can take it to the left here and stay out of line of sight. Use the stairs for cover and things like that. So you don't want to stay to the right of the cart. You want to stay to the left, especially being your only support. Your support actually would be better off if they would stay here, right? Because now back here they can still heal you, they can still see you, they can heal the Punisher as well. I don't know where the Namor, where did he get picked off, because I don't see him anymore. Oh, he's up top. Okay, good. So this is a good spot for you to hold, especially as a solo tank. This is a good area for you to stay here, but don't go to the right side of the cart. You got to stay to the left. But that's a little bit of what to do here with Magneto. You want to stay close to the cart, but to the left side. Like right now, you don't want to move to the right. If you want to contest high ground, you got to push high ground, right? If you really wanted to contest the high ground, you could push back here, which I don't recommend being the only tank, because then they can push the cart. If you push the high ground up here, now you're up here by yourself, and that cart can continue to be pushed this way, right? Because you have nothing to contest. You being in that corner is exactly where you should be in regards to contesting that point. However, communication here with your team was really important, especially if your Namor was up here by themselves. If they saw Lestrange, they needed to talk in VC, which is why I always tell people, speak up in chat. It helps the team out so much. All right.
My power cannot be quelled.
And we don't charge for VOD reviews because I've been asked quite a few times, which I understand now why people ask. I actually came across a couple people on TikTok that are charging for VOD reviews. I don't charge for VOD reviews. There's no point to do that. Bubble your Punisher. Good pick, but bubble your Punisher. Oh, they went Wolverine. Okay, interesting pick. I like the pressure. I like you pushing back. You don't need to go past this point. Yeah, good job. Good job. Yeah, you don't need to be past this point. Stay here. Keep pushing pressure on the Magneto. There is a BRB beacon to your left. You can take that out. Move back. Move back. There's no need for you to be there. That's free damage for them. You don't need to do that. Yep. Alright, good job. The Wolverine. Good bubble on the Wolverine. Good. I would try to use your ult here, because you've been holding on to this ult for kind of forever. You could have had a second one by now. Bubble your Punisher.
You are under my protection.
Okay. There it is. Okay. I like that you took out the support. I like it. But be careful, because you were way out in the open, and you had to pop 2 ults just to save you. Okay? So, just be careful when you do that. I'm glad that you took out their support, though, because they were being shielded by the Strange, and you had enough awareness for you to pop your ult there to take out the support. So that's a good job by you. But just be careful, because that Punisher ult can shred through your ult. So you have to make sure that when you pop it, that you don't have the Punisher shred your ult, because he's pumping in damage into that. All right? Great ult by your Wolverine. That was a great ult by your Wolverine. Good ult. I'm glad that you're taking out the squirrels. Good job taking out the squirrels. Go in front of your Punisher. Don't let him take that free damage. You can use your shield there. Use your shield to cover that Punisher. He's gonna ult. You know he's gonna ult. You use your bubble on yourself, and I know why you did. But you needed to bubble your support there. Be careful, make sure you're... Yeah, good job. Good bubble. I like that bubble. Stay on cart. Don't go nowhere. Use the right side. So you're moving too much, right, in the open. As the only tank, use your right side. Look, they can't see you, and you can still contest. You see that square on the bottom? You can still contest the cart right here. You don't have to go over here all the way out into the open. Make them do that. Make them go around, right? Because now you have your Punisher over here, which he's not doing a bad job, but he needs to take a little bit more cover. He's going to take a lot of damage there, especially if you don't have any supports. And if you have and need additional help, you have your Wolverine over here, so you can take this side, contest this point. That point isn't going anywhere. You're the anchor here, right? You push out this way, you're now open to her squirrel nuts, his damage, his damage, his damage, instead of just going this way, contesting the point here, making them forced to go this way because they can't do anything else. Your Punisher can continue putting suppression fire on the left hand side, and now you have them cornered, right? But you give them this leeway over here, and then they'll be able to move past this point and push in and take this space. You don't want them to take this space. Taking this space, they can't break this wall. This wall is for your cover, and being the only tank, that's something you need. All right, so something you need to start thinking about. But overall, like, again, it's just the little things right now. You're doing a really good job with your priorities. You just need to look at your placements right now. You shouldn't absorb the tank. You're the only tank right now. They have 2 tanks. Think about this, Andy. They have 2 tanks right now. Is it your job to hold point as the only tank? Or is it your job to absorb everything that a 6-man team is going to do when they focus in on you being the only tank? Because remember, once you go down, your team has nothing to absorb all that damage anymore. So you got to remember that. Your job as a tank is to hold on to point and making sure that point doesn't go anywhere. Bubble your Wolverine. Good job. Good job bubbling your Wolverine. Stay to your right. Stay to the right there. Okay. That's a good job by your Luna to dance around the point. I like your focus on the turret. Use your ult here. Use your ult here. Good job. See how he pops that? He can pop your ult so fast. You have to let go of that ult so quickly as Magneto. He popped it. You held onto it a little too long there, and he was able to pop your ult, so you weren't able to use it there. So, have you played with the updates yet? No, that's what we're gonna do after these. Good job protecting your Mantis. Really good job. Now they have infinite ammo right on point. Stay on point. Die on point. Stall the point here. You're not playing for this point anymore. The reason why I say die on point here is that you've lost this fight. Okay, you know you lost this fight, but you can stall this point enough for it to go down to 0, making it go into overtime so that the time that you have left on this point doesn't carry over to the next point, right? As many people know, when you get to the next point, it refreshes and gives you more time. So the less time that you can waste, or the less time that you have here for them to push on to the next point, the more beneficial it is for you to now advance to the next point and let you live through the next point, right? Instead of having them carry over 30 seconds, 45 seconds to the next point, you die on point, waste as much time so that it's only 2 minutes instead of 2 minutes and 45 seconds, right? These are things you need to think about. Again, they have 12 seconds.
Now might be a good time to stop them.
They have 12 seconds to push through that point. 12 seconds that carries over to this next point here. So now they have a minute and 42 seconds instead of a minute and 30 seconds, right? So it's an extra 12 seconds for them to do something.
Better stop that vehicle.
That is an interesting respawn point. I've never seen that. This is an interesting rocket respawn point. It's all the way up here. It's kind of smart, to be honest. It's all the way up here, out of line of sight, and they don't know it's there. That's really funny. I've never seen that. I want to see if it works, and if it works, I found a new respawn point. Do you think rank will be harder right now? I mean, not really. I think it's going to be the same as it was. Is this the last VOD review of the day? No, I still got another one after this. Okay. That's actually a really interesting spawn point there.
Insignificant gnats.
Good morning, good morning. Yep. Remember, stay out of line of sight. Stay out of line of sight. You wanna bubble your Punisher. Bubble your Punisher. Bubble your Punisher! Please bubble your Punisher. Not there. You had to bubble him when he was ulting. Nice stream. Okay, Luna is trying to stall point here. I get it. Okay. Stalling point. Use your ult here. Use your ult here. Okay. Now I would use your ult here. Use your ult. You know they have shield. That's okay. Use your ult. Take out the supports. Use it. Pop it, throw it, throw it. There you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Good ult. Very good ult. Nice. As a strange main, I feel like Mag's shield is useless when I try to play Mag. Mag's shield is really strong. It can absorb a lot of damage. The problem with Mag's shield, and this was something that I was talking about, Mag's shield felt so clunky and it felt like it lasted forever. Right? They did nerf that actually recently, and I went into the practice range, and we'll go into the practice range and I can show you guys what I'm talking about. But it feels better, but it's also a little bit of a nerf for Magneto because now he can't pull it up all the time in regards to his shield because it's going to be a shorter duration in regards to how long he can keep that shield up. So Mag is going to take a lot more damage than he was, and his survivability is actually going to go down a bit. So it's going to be interesting to see how Mag feels now with this update, but he can absorb almost infinite amount of damage as long as that shield is up, right? And it's a cooldown instead of a damage shield like Strange is. I am very excited about the Doctor Strange nerf. He did not need 650 health. I think 600 health is good enough for him. I love eating off a good Punisher ult. Yes, it's so good. That was such a good ult. Max shield blocks infinite damage, but for a max duration of 6 seconds. Right, exactly. But they did change that recently. So first good point, it is hard. You are playing against a double shield versus a Magneto on your own. That ult at the end was absolutely killer. It was so good. It was such a good ult. You realize that he pushed through your ult. If he kept out for damage, you held it on long enough and you threw it right in their face. It was awesome. I loved it. So let's see how you do this time around as you go into attack. All right, let's see how you do here on attack. You know they have turret here. Honestly, this is going to sound very, very contradicting to what I've said about being the anchor on point. Here, I would have communicated with your team, knowing they had a Punisher who's being pocketed, and knowing that this point is very well known for a Punisher just sitting up right where he's at right now to just spam the door. I would have gone and told my team, hey, we're going to take this door over here, and we're going to take the stairs up here and move across this bridge to stay out of the line of sight of the Punisher and take this high ground away from them. As soon as this high ground was taken away from them, then we go down to the low ground and we start pushing in on the cart. That's what I would have done. I know this is not, you're not doing anything bad here. I'm just saying, as a tank main, my job would have been to take the high ground first away from them, then to push in on the point so that it makes this corridor here a lot more manageable, right? So that is something I would do. I think the Punisher has the same idea. He's going to try to take the high ground with you, but I think together as a team, if you push in on this point, you can take the high ground a lot faster instead of one or two people going on their own, right? That's something to think about this point. High ground is king in this first section. Don't say that to brag or anything. Just say that you're not alone. Have a good weekend. Huh? Did I miss something? I apologize if I missed it. All right. Again, see how the Punisher's taking high ground. The Hela was able to take him out. That's good job on you, Hela. Hela was able to focus him out. Move in on that. Good job pushing in on here. Take this space. Don't have to pass this space right now. Wait for the cart. Wait for the cart to push past this space. Okay, well, the cart is behind you. But once the cart is pushed past the space, then you move in on this space as a tank, and now you have cover here and here. This is a really common choke point for people to play against, especially since the cart has to move through here. So I would just move up just a little bit further as Magneto, move up in here, push in on the Strange, so that you continue to make space as the cart continues to push in forward, right? Again, being the only tank, your job is to take and maintain space as much as possible. It's so refreshing having someone offer help and constructive criticisms without being condescending. I don't want to be condescending. That's why whenever I stream, I try to be as constructive as possible. Good job. Good job taking them out of turret mode. Great job taking out the Punisher. Okay. Your team is doing a really good job here. There's nothing you really can do here. Try to play off of this. You don't want to stay on here unless you're... Yeah, you don't have a cloak. Just don't play on here too long. You're taking unnecessary damage. All right. Again, focus the supports. Yep, focus that support. Good job. Now take out the Strange. Use your ult there. Use your ult there. Push them off. I would use my ult here just to scare them away. Even if I don't kill anybody. See? This is where I would have used my ult. I would have used my ult back there, because then what would happen is, and I know you were holding it for the Punisher ult because it's noticeable there. However, here is where I would have gone and used your ult to scare them away from the point, right? I would have scared them away from the point here, used your ult, and you don't have a Strange blocking you anymore, right? You don't have any shields here, right? He's not going to be able to protect them. So I would use my ult here, wait for an opportunity immediately to use that so that you can then push them off that infinite ammo, right? Even if you take out only 1 out of the 3, it puts pressure on the back line for them to push away from that point and give Strange no support. That is why I would have used your ult sooner instead of waiting for the Punisher to get ult and then taking a chance whether or not he blows up your ult, right? That's something you need to realize as tank, is that we always wait for that great opportunity to counter an ult, but right here you could have used your ult, boom, to take out maybe one person on here, maybe the cloak, maybe the raccoon, maybe the Moon Knight, or even the Punisher himself, right? Being able to push in on that is something you could have done to help protect your team, so that way that Doctor Strange didn't have any support there, and you could have done just scare them away.
Judge, jury.
Well, for the again, this is funny. All right, so now you push back, they push in pressure, and I think you guys lose this. Yeah, you do. Okay. Okay.
I shall not be removed.
So instead of putting pressure there and taking out a person, they ended up using a lot of their ults here to push in on the point. Something you got to realize too is that you haven't heard the Strange ult yet, so you know there's a Strange ult here coming soon. All right, bubble your Strange, bubble your Punisher, bubble your Punisher. I would have bubbled your Punisher. I like that you're taking space here, though. Just remember to protect the person who's basically going to team wipe you. The other team. You don't. This is a huge stagger, but you shouldn't be doing this on your own. Your team should turn around and help you. Just got an ad at the perfect time. You said current rank is, and then the ad came in saying stuck at the DMV. Sorry guys, but you know, that's the purple app for you. Luna dipped? Yeah, Luna said nope.
Exactly as I expected.
Good pick there. Very good pick there. Good pick there. Really good stagger there. Alright. Hey team! Enjoy the amplifier. Who's ready? Oh, you know that Moon Knight was gonna ult, chat. Moon Knight had his Ankh ready to rock and roll, chat. He was ready. He was like, the moon! And they killed him. Oh, you know that Moon Knight was about to ult there. That Moon Knight was about to ult, so that was a great pick by your DPS. The moon! There it is. Oh, he came back because of rockets beacon. Okay, that's fine. What was that rocket? What was your rocket thinking? Okay, what are you gonna do with your ult here? Let's see. You know the Punisher might be coming up on ult here, but are you gonna wait for him to ult, or are you gonna use it beforehand? I would use it right here, right now. Use it right here, right now. You're waiting way too long. You're waiting way too long. Great all by your Moon Knight. The moon! Great all. Great all. Oh, your team is feeling it now, chat. The team is feeling it. This is great job. Great job by the whole team all around.
Vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
I'm always looking out for the raised arm. Yeah, that's the way to know if Moon Knight's got ult or not. He's always like telegraphing it. Just go in there. Just go in there. Push him out of his little comforted space. You're doing a great job. That's a good spot to continue pushing forward. Push forward. Demand that space. You're being healed. You're good. You're good. You're currently being healed. This is good. Demand that space. Keep pushing forward.
This is real firepower.
All right. You know they drop Z here, so you have to be careful. The moon. Okay. Good job taking care of that. Push in. Use. This is a good time for you to push in here. Right here. Right? Why? Because now you can demand this space from the cart away from the Punisher and the Strange who's sitting there, right? You can push in on them with just your damage. Push in. Your job here is now to take this space. This is your space. This is your corner, right? You can sit here and just basically take this corner away from them. Have your team play behind here, right? Your Luna can play behind this corner, stay away from spam damage from the Squirrel Girl. Your Rocket, is he dead? Where is your Rocket? Where's your Rocket? Did your Rocket die? I see the orb. But where is he? Oh, he's back here. Okay. Rocket's got the right idea. Put the BRB, you know, the little beacon behind here. Stay away. Use his heals. Use your heals back here where you can't be seen by the opposing DPS. Now you can push in with your 2 DPS, one creating an angle this way, another one creating an angle this way, and you can put in pressure that way. Angermo, thank you so much for the gifted subs. I really do appreciate it. I don't do well with stuff. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted to the community. Really do appreciate that. Good morning. Good morning. So again, that is something I would do as a tank right now. These are different ways to position, right? So those, you're not doing a bad job, but some of the tips that I keep on talking about and that people ask for, that's something I would be doing right now. Thank you so much for we have a hype train, chat. Thank you so much, Seth, for the gifted sub. I truly appreciate it. All right, push in, demand that space. Demand the space. This is not bad here. Not bad here. They forced out an ult. You don't have ult. I like that you push in on the Squirrel Girl. Tell them to get out of there. Good job on your Luna. You guys, yeah, you guys are gonna roll here. You guys are gonna roll here. Yeah, you are. Great job by your team. And you guys win this point. Honestly, besides the little things that I've just talked about in this, you're doing a really good job. Just remember your positioning here as a solo tank is very hard for you to try to push up on this point on your own. You have to look at creative angles to try to sustain that point and help your team. Remember, one of the best things that I've seen about a Magneto, especially a top 500 Magneto, I've seen Magnetos use their bubble for their team more than for yourself, right? You do a great job with bubbling certain points of your team, but start looking at your Punisher. If your Punisher is popping off, you don't want that Punisher to die. So you want to bubble him, you want to keep them safe. You did a really good job in regards to holding points. There are certain moments and times that, again, it's just being really nitpicky and thinking about the certain gameplays, but these are things that you can start practicing and putting into practice in the back of your mind, right? Start thinking about, okay, this is where I could be positioning, thinking 2 steps ahead, right? You know that you have the Punisher ult coming. He's popped your ult twice. So do you want to use your ult preemptively or do you want to hold on to it? Sometimes using your ult there for making space, as we showed in one of the clips here before. That's something that I would have used before even thinking about, hey, Punisher's has ult here. You've done a really good job at making and creating space. You went up against a Strange and a Magneto, and you were able to hold your own on your own, and that, I think you did a really good job. Just little things that to improve here, and I think you definitely will continue to climb. But thank you guys so much for submitting, and if you guys have any comments or questions, make sure you hit that follow button if you haven't done so already. Hit that like button as well, and make sure you comment down below if you want to see any other videos here.